We're going to get right into it. Right into it. It's going to be a ranty one. It's going to be a ranty one. All right. Let's get ready. Let me post it. You know how I do right at the beginning. I'm going to be annoying and take a moment. Take a moment to post this. Yeah, let's just like it says, we're going to talk about the A's. Obviously, it was announced finally that that they're going to go to Sacramento for the interim, supposedly. That's the idea anyways. To go to Sacramento before they move to Las Vegas. That's the plan, right? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Submarine, Shot Simple. Hey, man, I saw you joined the members only. It means so much, man. It means so much. Thank you so much. Hopefully you got a chance to check out some of the extra content on there. And I got more coming soon as well. Let me post this. What's up, Marie? Did you guys watch were you guys watching WrestleMania? I think that's what Gabe said you guys were doing. I did not watch WrestleMania, although I did see the clips of The Rock yesterday. I honestly didn't know he was like still wrestling. It's pretty interesting. All right, hold on. Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the A's. Obviously, we'll talk about Oakland sports. We will talk about the billionaire owners. Pivoting off that and how that is entangled in the whole saga, right? And I want to talk about just like frustrations and why having adventures is important. I don't know if we'll even get to that because I'm going to get ranty, but that's what I'd like to speak on just because I was thinking about it this week. Cool cap. Yeah, thank you. This is a nice, throwback Oakland script. It's corduroy. I don't know if you can tell. It's hard to see, but it's corduroy. I've really liked corduroy hats lately. Got the throwback patch. Oops, there we go. The swinging A's. Great patch. So to show a little love, I figured it was the perfect hat for this occasion. I also have a Warriors shirt. I got this. This is a giveaway shirt actually from a Warriors game, their last season in Oakland, I think, and it has like all the bunch of neighborhoods of Oakland. I think they might all be BART stops even, but I was watching the Warriors game right before this too, so just wanted to show a little love with that. Yeah, I'm gonna get real ranty. I got a lot to say on this whole thing. So sorry if it gets annoying. Sorry, still posting this, still posting. Almost done. Almost done. There we go. Done. All right. What's up, Diosa? Big dubs today. Big dubs. Yeah, it's crazy to me that WrestleMania is 2 days now. It's a whole festival. If Natalie pops in, I'm drinking a LaCroix for the drink of the show. I've been doing real good on my diet. Real good. Hardly straying at all. But I have a bunch of eggs, so I've been making eggs a lot. But other than that, on my diet. So, should I just get right into it, I guess? Is YouTube's giving me a bunch of warnings. How's the stream? Is it okay? It's giving me warnings. I don't know why. Super annoying. But anyways, let's get into it. The A's finally announced Basically, look, this is what it is, man. The A's have had such bad PR. They've done everything they can to drive a wedge between the fan base, between the team, between the ownership, between everybody, between the city of Oakland. They've done everything they can to cause division, which gives them a reason that they can leave, right? It gives them an excuse. They can point to the fans being mean, the fans not showing up, whatever it may be. So, Oakland ownership, John Fisher, Dave Cavill, like all the people who call the shots, all the executives, instead of just waiting, like getting a ballpark built and then moving directly to the ballpark once it's built, it's been so it's been so volatile. It's been so divisive. It's been so toxic, right? They can't take the heat, so they would rather move out of Oakland completely in the interim, like little babies, right? Like little babies that can't take the heat. So they began, this is not new news. They've been saying for a while, they've been looking at alternative sites to wait out a new stadium in Vegas. They looked at Salt Lake City. They looked at Sacramento. I think they looked at, where else did they look? I can't remember. Those were the two like big places though. Salt Lake City. The AAA ballpark in Vegas, I think, was in play. Like, they just wanted to get out of Oakland because they can't take the heat. They can't take the bad PR. They're babies. WrestleMania was crazy. What's up, Josie? Tropicana actually closed as Oakland fan. I'm not surprised but scared. So, yeah, I'll talk about that in a moment as well. So instead of, trying to go out on a good note, as good as they could, which obviously would never be happy, right? But at least show some respect, some integrity to the city, to the region, to the fans that have supported you for over 5 decades. Instead of doing that, they're going to tuck tail and run to Sacramento. Which I think works out for them because not only is Sacramento, seemingly, I could be wrong on this, but it's seemingly Sacramento's bending over backwards to do whatever they can to get the A's to play in Sacramento. Not only is it just the most beneficial to them financially, but, there's some A's fans nearby still. There's that Sacramento is a big A's territory. The Central Valley, all the places, the Delta air regions, like all these regions have a ton of A's fans. So they can, still get some A's fans that don't care about these things to show up. They also get a beneficial deal, and they get to run away from Oakland like some crybabies. All right. They just look at Salt Lake City and Sacramento. I thought there were some other cities they had mentioned, but I don't know. WrestleMania just finished just in time for Dylan's live stream. By the way, Gabe, I did ask Gabe to be on this one, but WrestleMania took precedence over my little live stream. But maybe next week or another week, Gabe can jump back on. We can talk about this with his insight as well. Do Oakland politicians have any responsibility for 3 major league teams leaving? I mean, yeah, somewhat, absolutely. But you got to understand, this stadium issue has been an issue for 30 years. Actually, no, longer, because Mount Davis was 30 years ago, or almost 30 years ago, right? So the Oakland Stadium issue has been an issue for 30 years. So that's a lot of politicians. Now, I explained this on a live stream, but a very short and sweet reason why the city should not shoulder the majority of the blame is that these owners are trying to exploit the cities and the taxpayers to pay for their stadium projects. And Oakland has had a lot of politicians who have basically said no. Like, we will work with you. That the latest proposal the last few years, Oakland is like, look, we will do all these infrastructure improvements so that this ballpark is, all comes together. So they've tried to meet halfway. But the thing is, Fisher is trying to do what a lot of sports owners have done and trying to just milk a city or a state for funds to pay for their ballpark, which, they always claim, oh, you'll get the revenue back and, it will pay back the stadium over 20 years or whatever, plus interest, whatever. And then they do Hollywood accounting and then it just screws over the taxpayers. So, yes, there's been some people, I'm not going to get this complicated into it. There's been some people in Oakland, from the city of Oakland, that have definitely made things way worse. But in general, the cities, San Francisco did the same thing to the 49ers, right? And people, it's funny because people who don't care, they'll be like, because Gavin Newsom was the mayor, they'll be like, oh, Gavin Newsom, it's his fault the 49ers are in Santa Clara. But it's like, but also Gavin Newsom was trying to protect the taxpayers, right? It wasn't just, it's not so simple. But anyways, none of that matters. 209, what's up, Ruben? 209 resident, not in favor of them moving to Sacramento, for sure. Sacramento resident, Kings fan, I'm disappointed. Vivek, so Vivek, he's next on the list. I'm gonna get to him. Yeah, I'm gonna get to him. Yeah, exactly. Cities will work with the teams. They shouldn't work for the teams, 100%. So that's the problem. Is Oakland. Oakland has a lot of issues. It really does. They're overblown for political propaganda reasons, but there are real issues. And, the various mayors and stuff are like, we're not just going to give you a blank check, when we have residents, hurting. You're already a billionaire. You can pay for it. Or get financing. And it's happened time and time again. And it's also happened time and time again where plenty of franchises have privately financed their stadiums. So there's no excuse for that. What's up, man? So yeah. Look, John Fisher's a baby, right? He can't take the heat. He doesn't show face. There is a way. It may sound not that realistic, but there is a way to leave a city in the most respectful way you can, and try to maybe even maintain some ties to that city. But instead, it's just he's tucking tail and running early. The stadium in Vegas isn't even ready, right? He's running away like a coward, because that's what he is. And it's just, I've never lost a team. I've come close to losing a team. But I can compare it to something like, I did the Candlestick episode, right? Candlestick. They tore down Candlestick. And there's always this feeling of like, man, like that was one of the happiest places on earth to me. Like, some of the best memories of my life are there, and I can never experience it again. And, it's not as bad because that's just a stadium move. But I understand that sentiment and how much it must hurt A's fans this week that they finalized that move. And again, it's never 100% until they throw out that first pitch. But I can imagine how much it hurts. I can imagine how much, people are going to miss it. This was people's happy place, right? Gabe went to so many games and documented it for us. And to rip that away is crazy after 5 decades. People use the argument like, oh, well, the A's, they're in Philly and KC, and sure, but like that was a different era where baseball was moving west, right? It was different. There was a lot of open territory. It was a much different thing. And I'm sure that sucked for those fans too. And I'm not dismissing that I'm sure some Kansas City fans were heartbroken, and some Philly fans were not Phillies fans, Philadelphia fans were heartbroken, totally. But at the time, there's more of an excuse to move a team west, and now the territory is mapped out, right? There's no reason really for a team to move anymore, except for an owner's personal benefit or an ownership group's personal benefit. There's really no reason. There's no reason to move. And, I'm not the most well-traveled person in the world, but you guys have traveled with me on this channel enough to see that if you're talking just the United States is not that different. Whatever city you go to, there's changes, there's differences, there's cultural differences. Some of the food's different, right? Talk a little different, maybe. So it's ridiculous to just make this assumption that like a city can't support a team when other cities that are just like that city are supporting a team fine. And the amount of people that just regurgitate this corporate propaganda. Like I posted something on Instagram and people were leaving comments like, well, that's business. You don't get it. Whoever those people are, you don't get it. You just go over there, just get out of here. Like, I don't want to hear it, let's see. What are you guys talking about? This is great for Sacramento, the possibility of having our own team down the line. That is true. Warriors, Clippers, Rams have all built stadiums, all privately funded. Yep. Honestly, if you're a billionaire, you can't fully pay for upgrades of a stadium. You shouldn't be in sports or be a sports owner. So I agree with that, with the current makeup of how it works, but I just don't think there should be billionaire owners in general. As crazy as that may sound. St. Louis and Oakland have similarities with their teams leaving. Yeah, absolutely. Heartbreaking. I was back home in the Bay this week, went to 2 games of the Coliseum. It's sad now thinking those may have been my last games there ever. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. Didn't Sacramento build an abandoned baseball stadium? Yeah, I did a video on it. I went and crawled into it. If you haven't seen it after this live stream, go check it out. I think I'm the first person on YouTube to actually go in. I think. I've literally said besides Disneyland, the Coliseum was my happy place. Bro, that's how I was. Disneyland and Candlestick, man, as a kid. Oh yeah, Josie shouted out. Back in the early days of these teams, a lot of owners were team first, business second. Yeah, now it's business first, revenue second. 100%. Like, let's be fair though. There were terrible owners back to the very beginnings of baseball. Terrible owners, racist, like cutthroat. There's always been terrible owners, but I feel like back then there was more love of the game. And this maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe the Ken Burns baseball documentary fooled me. I don't know. But it seemed like they truly loved baseball and got into the business because they loved baseball. And now it seems like it's toys to them. You know what I mean? They're playing with toys. In fact, that a man who's handed down billions of mommy and daddy's money wants others who don't have much to spend on business investments is insane. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Mitchell? Sorry, we're gonna talk baseball for a little bit, but we'll get off it in a bit. Oh, that reminds me though. If we're gonna talk Niners for a quick second. Debo watched my Instagram story yesterday, which is cool because I shared a picture of him and his son at the Giants game. And then I saw the Imaginarium video. That's now one of my favorite ones. Next to the Bigfoot one, the reverse boycott. Dude, that's awesome. The Imaginarium one, just, we acted real stupid, real stupid, but it was fun. So yeah, look, man, over 5 decades of history in Oakland. Um, you know, bunch of championships, bunch of accolades, bunch of historic moments, and that's all being ripped away, for one guy's benefit, basically. That's insane. That is insane, and it's a world that we just accept for some reason, and that's why I've been so vocal. I'm not willing to sit around and accept it. Without being vocal. Now, I still love the game, right? So I still want to go to some games. I still want to do that, but I'm scaling back. And I told you guys about Rennell. Like I'm trying not to go to too many Giants games like I had planned. I'll be at the Giants game on Tuesday if anyone happens to be there. But I got invited, and I'm not gonna spend $1. Like I I'm on my meal plan, so I don't need food. I'm just gonna show up, get a free ticket, and go to the game. Which I think Gabe did in one of the last games he went to in his video. He said, you know, I all these owners, man, all these owners, they're all terrible. Every single one. Even the good ones. They're not really good. They're good for a time. Pissed that the A's are going to Sacramento, but won't be called Sacramento A's. Vegas has a stadium with more seats than Sacramento. I think this Fisher guy is the new Dan Snyder. 100%. He's conning everybody. I'm going to get to the Sacramento thing in a second. I just want to, talk about Oakland. Give Oakland its just due for a moment. I don't know if I set this up. Hold on just a second. Can I pause this? Dang it, I don't know if I set this up. Hold on. How do I fix this? I fixed something live last time. How can I do this? I don't think I can. Oh, maybe I can here. Oh, I can. Oh, never mind. Okay, that was easy. I just want to show off this drone shot I got of the Coliseum. I think this is available as a print on our Etsy shop. if anyone cares, if anyone wants a cool print for their wall. Also, shout out Last Dive Bar. Got my Last Dive Bar wristband. The controversial wristband. A couple players wore these, and then suddenly they were, demoted and tossed away. So, Last Dive Bar also has some really, really amazing prints. If you want to check that out too, use code GAMER for Gamer Athletics. Use code GAMER for a discount. But man, I'm gonna miss this ballpark. I am excited to say that I'll be at the game, the last game. They're gonna give away apparently some sort of replica of the Coliseum. I hope it's not cheap. I hope it's a good one. You guys know I've been showing my replica stadiums lately. I still got the pristine Joe Robbie here. So hopefully it's a good one. I mean, I don't expect this kind of quality. Like this is, top tier Danbury mint. But I hope it's a good one. Because I do love this place. I do love the Coliseum. And I'll be at the last game. I was at the last Raiders game in Oakland. If you guys remember, I did a video there. It's crazy to think I'll have a video at the last Raiders game in Oakland, last A's game in Oakland. And I did a video at the second to last Warriors game in Oakland too, the NBA Finals. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. And so much history happened on this field. I know Mount Davis gets a lot of flack, but I don't know. It's not the worst thing in the world. I think it's kind of funny. But the ballpark was more beautiful when it was open back there. But this is, a lot of people's happy places. This is somewhere that means a lot to people. And I feel like it's a place that should have got a respectful goodbye with a new ballpark not too far. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just sad. It's sad. It's sad. What else? What else is going on? Hard for fans to stay connected. Do these teams trashing their fans? It's hard because it seems as though fans care for the love of the game rather than the owners just focusing on money. Yeah, wristband gate. No, you're absolutely right, Ruben. I watched UFL in St. Louis really deserves a team. Maybe the Chargers should move there. Those fans turned up for a UFL game. I was watching DC Defenders against the Houston Roughnecks earlier today. It was kind of a boring game, to be honest, but I've talked about it a lot, and I've done some videos. I did a video with the AAF. I love alternative leagues, so I'll still tune in. It'll be cheap, strong fish and A's. Yep, you're probably right. That's why I'm sad. I want this stadium replica to be good. Remember that second to last Oracle Arena video? Yeah, the NBA Finals. I fist bumped Snoop Dogg. It was fun. Was that first Raiders game in Vegas? Beautiful stadium. I want to check it out. It looks like an awesome stadium. I'm sad that the Raiders left. I'm sad for Raiders fans. I'm sad for Oakland, but if the Raiders had to move, I guess that was the best place for them. And the new stadium looks awesome. I haven't been there yet. I've been invited a couple times, actually. Someone offered me tickets, but I'll get to that with the frustrations part. I haven't been able to go. Dubs had way more passionate fans than Oakland. SF fans are way more wine and cheese crowd. I don't know how much that is true, honestly, because the wine and cheese crowd started showing up the last few years at Oracle once they were good. And that's what always sucks about success or a region doing well. So the Bay Area, as much, trash as people talk about it now, it's like it's been a thriving place with a lot of, booms. A lot of gold rushes, tech gold rush, right? In the last 20, 25 years, there's been, like 3 major tech booms. A lot of, tech people, a lot of investors, a lot of VC money in the Bay Area. And so, Warriors games became this thing where it's like, they're not really fans. I did a TikTok about this. They're like not really fans. They're just like, it's something to do and feel like you're involved, like you're doing something, you're there, right? And because of that, it sucks when we have Steph Curry, like I think the pound for pound GOAT, and then you got people that are just like golf clapping, And I think I said in the TikTok, it was something like the type of fans that show up now, a lot of them are the types that's like, oh, you know who I like? I like that Steph Curry kid, It's like super casual, and it sucks. It does, but I just don't think that's a San Francisco Oakland thing. I think that's a classist thing. Because I'm from the other side of the water, and I would go to Oakland for Warriors games all the time. So it's not like, we didn't have to take a boat, row a boat to get there. It was easy to get there. So the same fans, I think, show up. I think it's just everything is, people get priced out. Tonight's drink of choice is just a LaCroix berry. Trying not to do too much. No more soda, hopefully. I need to lose weight for the Disneyland trip I talked about last week. You ever hit up games during the We Believe season? No, I didn't go to games for quite a while. In the We Believe season, I was working a very, very terrible job. A terrible job. Terrible job. And I made very little money. I was getting paid just over minimum wage. I was super broke. I worked all the time. So I actually didn't go to pretty much any games for a few years. I went to like a couple Giants games. So it's actually funny you say that because it just brought back these memories. So I was at that job for like 4 or 5 years, way too long. If you're at a terrible job, don't sit around like I did. I wasted a lot of years at this job. After that job, I was like, man, I've lost my sports. I felt like I didn't even know sports. I felt like I don't even know who these players are because I never get to watch anymore. And so I was like, I'm never going to let that happen again. I'm going to recapture sports. So I immediately went to a ton of games. So starting like 2010, 2011, I started going to a ton of games. So like When Steph Curry was super young, I started going to games again. We had Monte Ellis still. I went to Monte Ellis's last game as a Warrior, and then I think it was like a week later, he came back on the Bucks, and he dropped like, I forgot, he dropped like 40 on us, and I'm like, and everyone was upset. And I posted a picture on Facebook at the time of me sitting at the Warriors game, looking all sad, and I posted it, and I captioned it, "The Disillusioned Golden State Warriors Fan," because I felt there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Fast forward, 10 years. It's all good. Yeah, so I like the mid 2000s. I think I went to one Warriors game. So I went to a couple games as a kid in the 90s, and then I didn't go for a very long time. I had a troll tell me the Niners got their ass whooped in the Super Bowl. You losing by 2 to 4 seconds. Yeah, I know. That's always funny when people say stuff like that. Just think of some of these teams when they get a new stadium and have success. Half will be casual fans, half will be traveling fans. Yeah, and I get it, man. The bandwagon casual fans, they're annoying. But it comes with the territory. Like if you want to be successful, you're gonna have to accept those fans. It is what it is. Like do I get bitter? Huh? Do you think I get bitter when I'm broke and I turn on the Warriors game and I see some 9-year-old kid in a Steph Curry jersey sitting courtside, high-fiving Clay? Do you think I get bitter? Yeah, I do. Very bitter. Yes. Yes. I've never gotten those opportunities. I've barely ever sat low at an NBA game. I'm almost always in the top level because I've been broke. Right? And it hurts me. It hurts me so much to realize that I'll probably never sit courtside, Like when you're younger, you always think, oh, one day maybe it's something, maybe I'll be rich. You always think you're going to be rich when you're a kid, right? You're like, oh, maybe one day I'll be rich and I'll sit courtside. You think you got time. You got time to figure it out, right? I don't have time anymore. It's over. I didn't get to sit courtside. It's done. It's done. Hope we get one more Warriors game at Oakland Arena. Me too, man. They need to do a special game. Like they did in San Antonio back home at the Dome that I went to last year. Great video if you never watched it. I'm very proud of that video, except for the fact that I messed up the microphone so the audio sucks. But still a fun time. One of the funnest NBA experiences I've ever had, to be honest. So I hope we do that. Do you have Debo's 19 jersey? I do, yeah. And I just got it recently too, so that's cool. But it's fine. He wore that jersey for some great moments, right? So it's fine that I have the 19. One of my greatest achievements was able to buy a suite for an A's game for my dad and my friends and family. That's super cool, man. That's super cool. I got to go to a suite at a Giants game, and this is when I worked at that terrible job, actually. I want to say, I can't remember if it was when, like, Bonds' last season or the season after. It was like 06, 07, 08. It was somewhere in there. I think, you know what? I think it was 08. So, yeah, it was after. But I got tickets from a beer distributor. But I got the tickets late. And then my girlfriend at the time was getting out of work late. So we had to rush to the game. And, dude, we got to the suite in like the 6th or 7th inning or something. And like there was all this free food, but it was all cold. I was just like, man, my one time in a suite, and like I barely even get the experience. Good thing there was no pitch clock back then, or otherwise it would have been 12 minutes of being in the suite. But yeah, that was my one and only time in seeing a game at a suite. Yeah. I sat courtside a few times at Arco. Karl Malone sweat on me. Dude, that's so cool. I mean, I hate Karl Malone, but still, it's cool. Maybe get a side gig working at an arena. I mean, they pay so little. Yeah, I talked about this last week, I think, or yeah, in a recent live stream. I talked about these gigs with teams. It's hard, man, because I live on my own. I everything is funded by me. I fund everything I do. I fund the 49er tickets I give away on the channel, right? Like, it's hard for me to take a step down financially, but I want to continue to be able to give away Niner tickets and things like that. So I don't know, but it would be cool to maybe do some sort of. I talked about this in regards to the Giants. Like, I had hoped maybe one day they'd acknowledge me, and they did. They left a comment on one of my videos, and I was like, wouldn't that be cool if I could work with them and be able to keep my freedom and be like an independent artist, right? I don't know. I mean, look, I've been courtside, you know. I did a arc. I mean, I did an Arco Arena video, but I did an Oracle Arena video. I went on the court, in the locker rooms, everything. I've been in all the suites at all the stadiums. I've just never got to be at a game there, you know. So I don't know. Patrick Ewing fell right in front of me. Dude, that's sick. It's probably like I couldn't even imagine being next to Patrick Ewing. He's so big. And the pitch clock has something to do with all these pitchers getting injuries more often now. I don't know if it does, but I'll blame it on that because I hate the pitch clock. And it feels like a lot of people, they like the pitch clock now. I think I'm in the minority. I still hate it. Yesterday during the Giants game, I had it on. I went to the bathroom and like went and grabbed a drink. I was at work, but I luckily I work a office job now where I can usually have the game on. I went to the bathroom real quick, grabbed a drink. Like, it didn't even seem like I was gone that long. Came back and it was already like 2 outs. The inning had just started when I walked out. Like, bro. Yeah, I don't like the pitch clock. That's the one change that I don't like, and especially if it's leading to more injuries. Got to get you one of the high-rise apartments near the park. Which one? Which park? The ones across the street from Oracle now. Oh, speaking of, the new park's back. Willie McCovey statue's back. I mean, new park is open. Willie McCovey statue's back on the other side of McCovey Cove. Anyways, look, Oakland. This sucks, dude. This just, what else can you say? It sucks, you know? It sucks. And look, I think I've said this before too, but if I was an A's fan, I would probably check out of baseball for a while. If not forever, honestly. If you rip my team away, why do I want to watch? You know what I mean? So I would totally understand A's fans for just checking out of baseball, at least for a few years. But that said, as a Giants fan, you know, I would gladly welcome you guys into our fan base. Unfortunately, it does seem like a lot of A's fans are bitter with the Giants. But whatever. I don't understand it. You know, I understand some of the ownership quarrels between the teams and the territorial rights and stuff, but none of that is the team. Like I said in the Fans Fest video, a team is, you know, the players, the coaches, the staff, the fans, the concession workers, right? The people who actually care. And, you know, Giants fans, yeah, well, people will talk trash amongst the fan bases, but I think most Giants fans have no problem with the A's and like the A's and want the A's to stay. So it depends on, you know, if you, basically, I'm saying, like, if you hate the Giants because of the ownership, you have to hate every team because all the owners suck. Every single one sucks. Also, the A's didn't give the Giants territorial rights out of the kindness of their heart. They did it because they thought they were going to be smart to capture more territory for the A's. They wanted the Giants to move to San Jose. That said, I mean, obviously it worked out in my favor, but like, it's just, no, all the owners suck. All of them. Okay. So look, I'm wearing an Oakland hat. I love the the Oakland A's fan base. I love the culture. You guys are, I think, some of the best fans in all of sports. So I would never like use what the ownership is doing against the fans, if that makes sense. If that even matters. Getting a Giants opening day video this week? Nah, I didn't go, man. I didn't go. I will be at the game on Tuesday. I don't think I'll film a video. Like I said, because of Rennell and because of the Giants doing some really stupid things lately, I'm not a hypocrite, man. If the Giants do something stupid, then I'm not going to really support them for a little bit. I know it doesn't matter. It's just me, right? It's just one person. I don't have a huge platform. My platform is pretty small. But, yeah, and the game I'm going to, again, to repeat, I'm not paying for anything. So I was invited. I'm not going to buy food. I'm not going to give them a penny. So, yeah, no. I'll do some Giants stuff later on in the season probably. But just for me to feel better about myself, I'm going to kind of bow out for a little bit as far as giving them any sort of money or support in that way. Obviously, I'm still rooting on the team and stuff because they're not the owners. But the ownership and the executives with the Giants have been doing a lot of stupid stuff just like the A's. Just not as bad. And that leads me to my next topic that I'll get to. Denny's, In-N-Out, Taco Bell also leaving Oakland. Sounds like Oakland has lots bigger problems than the sports team leaving. Yeah, it does, but it's also very political. And those places that are closing in Oakland are right by the airport, and people come from far and wide to prey on tourists right outside the airport. And there is no reason Oakland PD couldn't put a stop to that, and they're not. And we saw this happen in San Francisco too, where it seems like there's just too much politics involved and egos involved to actually do something right. I'm checking out MLB for the time being. Yeah, I totally get that. Turn their back on the fans, I can do the same to them. Minor league ball and independent ball for me. Go Oakland Ballers, I guess, huh? That reminds me of when the Giants were talking about moving to St. Petersburg. Yeah, like, you know, all the owners suck, man. All the owners suck. And some of the fans that are like cheering almost or making fun of Oakland and Oakland A's fans, it's like, bro, it could be you next. Like, what are you talking about, man? You know, I thought Taco Bell just closed their seating area. Drive-thru still available. Yeah, that might be true, but they're all in the same area, which is a high crime area. But that's one area of Oakland. There's amazing, beautiful people in Oakland. There's a beautiful culture in Oakland. There's art. There's culture. There's great cuisine. There's a lot of great people in Oakland. A lot of great things. Lake Merritt is beautiful. Like, none of these places are Gotham City like they try to paint it. You know. Didn't Giants try to leave San Francisco? Yep, just like you said. So the Giants, they were gonna move to St. Petersburg, Florida, like the Tampa Bay area. They almost had one foot out the door, and this is why I'm telling A's fans, don't give up until they throw out first pitch. You know, speaking of hypocrites, what's your thoughts on Vivek? That was my next topic. Needs to fire coach. Last month, the Kings fell right off. Super disappointed in this team. I haven't been paying attention to the Kings right now, so I didn't know you guys weren't doing well. I know the Warriors clinched at least the play-in for now, so I'm happy about that. I'm getting tired of the play-in, though, because we've been hovering around that. I don't think fans understand, or rather they don't care. Their team might be next. Yeah. Look, it's the same thing I talked about when it came to Rennell. And there's these dumb idiot dummies, trademark that were commenting on like the Rennell posts. Like, who cares? It's just a PA announcer. I go to watch the game, not listen to the PA announcer. I'm like, you are surface level. You have no depth to you. So nothing matters except for the game on the field. They might as well play in a dirt lot in the middle of the desert if that's the case. These things matter. Culture builders around teams matter. This is why I said with the A's fans. Last dive bar, how much they've done for the Oakland fan base, the Oakland 68s, how much they've done for the Oakland fan base. It's important, and it should be recognized. And for these dumb people to leave comments like, who cares about the PA announcer? She helped create this atmosphere. She was there, shoulder to shoulder with us through some of the best moments in franchise history. And you just dismiss them? And let me talk about the comments. First, before we get to the Sacramento move, let me talk about the comments I posted that I said I was going to talk about. And we'll get real ranty. I posted these comments, a screenshot of them on Instagram. People saying like, well, it's a business. Well, that's business. I don't care. And it's so weird to me. It's so weird to me to see all these fans hurt and not act like there's more important things than a profit motive. That's so weird to me, man. And it's like these same people, it's business. What do you expect? Let them be pushed out of their house. You know what I mean? Because of business. Let them like be kicked out onto the streets or lose their job because of business. Are they going to be like, oh, well, that's business. I enjoyed that house, but hey, that's business. No. So why? Because it doesn't affect you, you can just... That's weird to me, man. And that is not the type of person I ever want to be around. I never want to be around that type of person. And that's what I said on this channel when I say like my videos to me have integrity. It's not surface level. There's more. I see the importance of things. I see the importance of making memories and connections and learning history. And understanding more than just like these people were like, oh, I go for the game, blah, blah. I just see a mouth breathing, what'd I say? Dummy? What? I forgot it already. Dumb dummies. I see them just at a game, just stuffing their mouth with a hot dog or something, just drooling. Like, oh, I got a hit. Not a creative thought in their mind. They just want to see, big flashes of light. Like I said last week, dangle something shiny in their face. Oh, yeah. Like, you don't think the people that create this culture that we're enjoying matter? You don't think they matter? John Fisher can move the team to Vegas, and you don't think that having, a stadium full of maybe fans, you don't think that matters? You wouldn't rather be back in Oakland at a new, beautiful ballpark right by the water, maybe across from Alameda, on a beautiful Bay Area night filled with raucous fans that have been celebrating and supporting you for 50 plus years? That doesn't matter to you? You'd rather just have a fatter bank account. That's weird to me, man. That is so weird to me. I will never understand the just out and out greed that these people show. Dumb idiot dummies. Okay. Dumb idiot dummies. Don't these fans understand? This is the Last Dive Bar from LA. Last Dive Bar is a group of A's fans, a couple A's fans. They basically started selling merch, A's related merch. And someone had said that the Oakland Coliseum was baseball's last dive bar, and they liked that and they ran with it. Really cool pins, shirts. I have one of their shirts. A lot of cool things. And then they actually worked with the A's, and then the A's cut them out and basically stabbed them in the back. And so they've been leading the charge along with the Oakland 68s, along with my buddy Gabe, Gamer Athletics, and all these other, NorCal Nodders, 33 Customs. Like, all these people have been, at the forefront of this sell the team movement and trying to keep the A's in Oakland. So Last Dive Bar is the, the company that does a lot of the boycott stuff, the protest stuff. And a lot of, for years, they've been doing the supporting the team stuff with awesome merch and building a fan culture. And they're not being recognized because the A's are cowards. Not the A's. I got to correct myself. When I say the A, I mean the ownership. Again, that's not the team. Fans, players, all them, awesome. Concession workers, awesome. Awesome. Not all the ushers, though. Some of the ushers need to relax. But the people that actually matter, they're awesome. Kings did decent all year. 4-5 seed now. And now Monk. Oh, I didn't know that. Herder's out for the season? Barnes can't score. That sounds familiar. They might not make the play-in? I didn't know that. Rooster Fish in Venice, California is a dive. I love Venice. Same people, the same ones say, I don't follow along with the sheeple. Yeah, that sounds about right. But look, these things matter, right? And like, I saw people leaving the same comments. Here's another thing, another reason I don't want to support the Giants right now. And if you're not aware, yes, I'm wearing an Oakland hat. I'm supporting Oakland today. I'm a Giants fan. Always have been, always will be, unless they move, right? But they switched their vendors for the food and stuff to a company called Aramark, which is an awful, awful company. They're terrible. They have like some of the worst reviews to work for them, and the Giants switched to them. This company has literally been kicked out of being the vendor for like national parks and stuff. Have an awful track record. That stuff matters, man. Please don't be a surface level thinker and think that it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect you. No, it does. It does. It affects the whole experience. Not only that, but it affects the community because now these hundreds of people are going to have worse lives because some people at the top wanted to save a few bucks on their contract. That stuff matters, man. And look, I'll point out little things in my videos where I'm like, you know, you might think like, oh, he's being over dramatic. No, these things matter. These things matter. You know, I saw there's an article, I think it just came out, like San Francisco Chronicle, about landlords and rent control. And there was some person that had, they have a rent controlled apartment in San Francisco. So it's only like $1,000 a month, which is incredible for San Francisco, and it's a nice place. $1,000 a month, and they've had it for like 46 years, and people are debating it. But look, man, if any landlords are mad at that, investors, why is our society built where the only value you find is the dollar amount that you've made? This person or persons got to live a higher quality life for 46 years. Why is there no value in that? Why is there no value in saying I helped this person live a better life for 46 years and have a comfortable, safe place to live? Why is there no value in that? There's too much greed. That's why, see, if I was a landlord, if I ever become a billionaire, like, I'm just going to build apartments and rent them way below market value. Why does nobody want to help? Why, not nobody, but why do so many people only care about the profit motive? Why does John Fisher not see the value in all those kids that are happy at the ballpark, cheering, you know, eating popcorn, Cracker Jacks? Why is there no value in that? It only matters, you know, just your bank account, your investments, your net worth. That's what matters. None of that matters, man. Like, I know when I go, whenever that may be, like, I want people to think that perhaps I made their lives a little better somehow. I don't want them to discuss my investments, my finances. I want people to discuss the things I was able to do for people. And that's one of the hardest parts of my life, is feeling like a failure because I can't do enough for people. The people around me, the people I love, people I care about, like the people that deserve it, the people that, are underprivileged. All I want to do is make things better for people. And I can't. Maybe in little ways, but not to the level I want to, right? And it kills me. But yet this guy can just move a team for his own personal investment, for his own ego, because he's a coward that doesn't want to, face the music, face the situation that he created. I will never understand. I will never understand. Aramark sucks, trust me. Aramark is awful. And the Giants just signed a contract with them, which is another reason I'm not spending money with the Giants like I would have. At least Oakland has the roots and the ballers. Yep, hopefully get UFL expansion team down the road. That'd be cool. UFL expansion would be really cool. If Giants A's leave NorCal, Dylan becomes a Dodger. No. No, if the Giants leave, like I said, I wouldn't watch baseball. I wouldn't do it. No longer hot dogs, just warm dogs. Yeah, never. No, the Dodgers are the worst thing on planet Earth to me. So something I look up to and appreciate. I don't know what that means, Gabe. Comfortable life, roof over your head, food to eat. That sounds like something Jesus would have said. Yeah. The people that seem to use his name the most don't seem to understand what he was saying, right? Getting in the fields tonight. It's not, bro. Look, I'm an emotional, sensitive person. This is normal. This is par for the course. But it's true. I 100% believe that there's just too much greed, and we can't just, sweep things under the rug and act like it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect us. And that's why I speak up. Look, the A's leaving, it doesn't affect me that much, right? Like, I like going to games in Oakland, but it's not like I can't fill that time with other things. I'm not as emotionally or personally invested as someone like Gamer Athletics, right? But it doesn't matter. I'm still going to speak up, say it's wrong. And like I said, I posted a video on Instagram today. You can say it's just baseball or whatever, but and it's just sports. There's more important things in life, but it's a metaphor for what's going on in society as a whole, I think. And not only that, but what sports brings us is bigger than just the game on the field. Probably not only John Fisher, also commissioner and all the owners. All the owners. Fisher grew up a Giants fan as well as former part owner of the Giants. Dude, thank you for the segue. This leads me into my next topic. What's up, everyone that joined, by the way? It's okay. The world's ending tomorrow after the eclipse. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, hopefully some of these people get raptured and then we don't have to hear from them anymore. I don't want to get raptured. Don't rapture me. I'll stay down here with the people. You know what I mean? Dude, I wish I had time to go see an eclipse. Not just MLB owners, every major league sport. It's all the rich people. It's not even just sports, Be respect for watching the Ken Burns baseball documentary. It's a lot to get through. Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time. I've been wanting to rewatch it. I watched it, I want to say like close to when it came out. What's it been, 20 years now or something? But I want to rewatch it. I don't think I ever watched the, was it Extra Innings? He did an addendum. I don't think I ever watched that. Love your takes on sports. So teens arenas memories mean to people. Thank you. Quilty experience? Is that how you say it? Like quilting? Like making a quilt? Thank you, though. Appreciate you. All right, my next topic is just the owners in general, right? I wanted to talk about. So the A's, like the cowards they are leaving Oakland early, and they found some suckers to take them in, right? But I'm just joking about that. I don't think Sacramento are suckers. I think there's one particular sucker, and maybe it's mutually beneficial. How do you say it? Vivek Ranadive? I forgot how you say it. I've tried to say it right for years now, and I can't say it right. Vivek. Just like someone said, John Fisher was a part owner of the Giants, right? He owns the San Jose Earthquakes. What else does he own? Anything else? I don't remember. Vivek used to be a partial owner of the Warriors before he became, I don't know if he's majority owner. I think he might have one of the biggest stakes in the Kings. But anyways, for all intents and purposes, he's the Kings owner. He's the face of the franchise ownership. Now, does that tell you guys anything? Because it tells me a lot. It tells me a lot when these rich guys just buy whatever team's available. It tells me they don't care. These are toys to them. They're playing with toys. And it's things that not only provide jobs, but benefit the community. It benefits neighborhoods, benefits the businesses, small and large alike. And it just makes us happier, right? But for them, it's toys. Right? So Vivek, he's done some great things for Sacramento. Great things. But I promise you, Sacramento, I promise you, Kings fans, if the time comes, he will stab you in the back. The Kings nearly lost their team multiple times. Vivek is kind of hailed as almost a hero. He helped save the Kings. They got an awesome arena downtown. Awesome arena. The Kings got good again. The Kings got fan favorites that people love. The whole Doco area is super nice. He's made the Kings cool again. After a lull, right? But I promise you, he'll stab you in the back if the time comes. He was a part owner of the Warriors. What if he became majority owner of the Warriors? He'd be all Warriors out, right? Warriors jersey on the court side with the little tech, like the tech worker little zip up, like, what do you call it? I can't think of it. Like little sweaters, and he'd have a blue one instead of a purple one, right? These people don't care about the teams, man. They're toys. They're toys. John Fisher, co-owner of the Giants, or partial owner, whatever he was, right? He doesn't care about the A's, man. He just wants a toy to play with. They're all hypocrites. They're all out for themselves. But you got to understand that a lot of times they're very capable of doing great things for the fan bases. They're totally capable of doing it. Like I said, Vivek's done great things for Sacramento. But don't for a second think that it wasn't because it was also self-serving. Just know that. Just know that. Okay? All these owners, they're all terrible. Now, I don't know if we need collective ownership, something like the Green Bay Packers. I would definitely prefer that over the current situation. But maybe some sort of democratized committee and not just the shareholders and investors and the rich people. Because these teams mean more than just a business. Despite people saying, oh, it's business. No, these teams represent way more than just a bottom line. Way more. And yeah. So, this is the thing. Sacramento, I think, it seems kind of obvious. They're banking on Vegas falling through so they can keep the A's. Or at least, have a leg up on any other cities or regions on keeping the A's, right? Sorry, let me catch up with some of these. Trying to build something here in Sacramento for the community because it's self-serving. He wants another toy to play with. ECH in Canada just folded. One of my friends on the broadcast team is out of a job now. This stuff is real to lots of people. 100%. Vivek and Vladdy got called out by Luka for not drafting him last week. I didn't see that. That's funny. Fisher owns a redwood flooring company too. I didn't know that. That's how I feel about my Broncos getting bought by a Walmart family. To their credit, they actually do seem to care, but they just feel like outsiders, no actual connection to the area. It's toys to them. And sometimes doing a good job building a great new arena or stadium. Why wouldn't they want that? That doesn't say anything about their intentions or their morals or their ethics. I promise you, Kings fans, if the time comes, Vivek will have no problem stabbing you in the back. Now, when it's good, enjoy it. Because it's great when an owner actually tries to be successful, because that does benefit the fan base. But never trust them, is what I'm saying. There's a lot of owners that did great things for teams and then pulled the plug on them. And LOL is a nice way of putting 17 years of suck. Railroad project in downtown Sac is potentially a big deal. Build on Doko momentum. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Yeah, there's a lot of cool, like that. That's the thing, man. Sacramento is building up, and Vivek is investing. But that's my point. Remember, it's an investment. There's no way to become a billionaire without stepping on some people. There's no way. Okay? So, and this is not to discredit Vivek and his hard work. I know, would he go to MIT? But even then, like, look, these billionaires are not smarter and better than everybody else. They're luckier, they're privileged, they're connected. Right? Remember that. I'm just saying, remember that. That doesn't even mean he's a bad person. He's living the life that he was raised in or learned. However these billionaires, whatever their path is, that's all they know. Because they all grew up rich. They all grew up privileged. Right? So it's not even to discredit him, right? But his first company, Vivek's first company, Tibco, is it? It was a tech company. Do you think everybody that worked at Tibco is all living a lavish lifestyle? I doubt it. That money wasn't dispersed. You think he brought more value than anyone else to be a billionaire compared to some of the engineers and stuff that probably worked there? I doubt it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I doubt it. There's no one person that creates that much more value than the next person. Doesn't matter how smart you are. Doesn't matter how hard you work. So my point is, again, these billionaires are not your friends, even when they're doing good things for you in sports and, in development projects and stuff like that. It is largely self-serving. Not always. A lot of these people, a lot of them probably really think they do care. But I'm telling you, if push comes to shove, they're going to protect their own interests before they do anything immensely charitable. Because John Fisher could have done that multiple times. And he would still be a billionaire. He would have still, increased that valuation. I'm from Contra Costa County in the East Bay, one of two territories. Most people in that county are Giants fans. It sucks. Giants dominate the Bay too much for A's to thrive. I mean, you could say that about Yankees and Mets fans. Like there's plenty of there's a lot of people in the Greater Bay Area and the Central Valley and Sacramento and all that. That is not the issue at all. That's not the issue at all. Raiders games were full. And there's a lot of 49er fans. A lot of 49er fans. As long as Oakland are trying to get a new stadium since 2003. Before that, I mean, the A's have been focusing on it probably around since then. But, I mean, the Raiders were trying to get one before that, I'm in Vegas and nobody wants a baseball stadium on the grave of 58 souls murdered. Mandalay Bay, man, that's heavy. 81 times a year traffic would be awful. People really want a team not on the strip or near NFL. Yeah. Stan Kroenke is a great guy who has given the Rams a lot and will give the Clippers a lot. Ballmer? Wait, did he invest in the Clippers too? And no, I don't think he's a great guy. I'm sorry. I disagree with that. I think he does great. He's done great things for his teams in a lot of aspects, but I disagree. Totally disagree. And that's fine if you feel that way. That's fine. I disagree though. A's need to go to San Jose or Sacramento 10 plus years ago. Look, I think right now the best possible outcome is if the A's end up staying in Sacramento. What's up, Jamie? What's up, Jenny? I think that's the best possible outcome at this point because Vegas, it just doesn't fit, doesn't make sense. And John Fisher just doesn't deserve it. He's done nothing to deserve to be the one to have, a shiny new Vegas team. I'm telling you, man, look, Jed York, he finally got out of his own way, built a great organization with the 49ers. But I don't forget all the other things. I don't forget that they went to Santa Clara to exploit taxpayers down there. I don't forget that. These billionaires are billionaires because they're self-serving. If Vivek was not self-serving, everybody that worked at Tibco or whatever would be a millionaire. And I doubt they are. He could be half a billionaire. And the other half a billy or whatever could go to all those people that helped build the business that made him a billionaire. I just don't think that's how it is. I could be wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Prove me wrong. I'll accept it. Fisher sells the Vivek in Sacramento, builds a shiny new ballpark. Would you support the A's? I'm not an A's fan. I know I'm wearing an A's hat. I'm talking about the A's. I'm a Giants fan. Make the driver take the train over to watch them. Sack A's fans have been doing it for years. Look, there's a lot of Oakland fans that are upset about the teams turning their back on the city of Oakland itself. And it's totally legitimate. It's entirely legitimate. So I still think it's a better outcome than Vegas. And I think it would... this is the thing. John Fisher, if he sells the team and it stays in Sacramento or something, then I could see fans... kind of accepting that move more. But with John Fisher in the mix, like Gabe says flat out no. Like, the team has done everything it can to screw over the fan base. Yeah, is Kroenke has anything to do with the Clippers? Or did you mean Ballmer? That's what didn't understand that. I agree. It's best the A's stay in Sacramento. Expansion goes to Vegas and Nashville. Yeah, Vegas should get an expansion team. I always thought Portland or New Orleans would be a really interesting baseball expansion, but Nashville would probably be cool too. Steve Scott's book, he said he was trying to get a stadium since he and his partner bought the team. That's been since the 90s. That's crazy. Here, all billionaires are self-serving. Always have been, always will be. 100%. And look, I get it. I want to have money. But to the level that they get money is wild. It's wild. Like I said, with the Aramark move, the Giants do it. They all do it. So when I talk about a team, I talk about loving the team. I'm not talking about the ownership at all, or the executives, the shareholders, the ownership groups. Whoever is invested, I don't care about them whatsoever. Not even a little bit. You know? Like I said earlier, I don't see why why do we not put a bigger value on taking care of people? Why is there no value in that? I think that's what we should have instead of credit scores. No, that's too much like the when in China they have like the social credit score. Too easy to manipulate. But I was gonna say instead of credit scores, have like a morality score or like charity score, like how well you take care of people or help people or kind to people. But then people would fake it, right? Sociopaths. Yeah, there's no winning. Humans are just too greedy. What am I gonna do? I don't belong in this world, I guess. Did you know that Reggie Jackson and Bill Gates had the highest bid to buy the A's, but Bud Selig ensures they were sold to his buddy Lou Wolf instead? Reggie said this to Howard Stern recently. That's wild, man. I don't know all the A's lore because it's so deep and complex. It has been such a wild, bumpy ride for the A's for 100 years now. So I don't know all the ins and outs, I'll be honest. Oh, Cranky's funding the new Intuit Dome. That's cool. Build up Inglewood. That's cool. But again, look, these owners are capable of doing cool things that we really enjoy. They're able to get, coaches and players that we like and build a new stadium or arena. They're able to do that. But I'm saying in the good times, do not forget who they are and that it is self-serving. Even if they mean well, they wouldn't have gotten to where they are if they weren't self-serving. And when someone like Vivek has had his hand in multiple teams, in multiple sports, it shows that he doesn't really have the love that the fans have. So if you're a fan, do not forget that they are a business person first. And sometimes the business people are capable of doing great things that we love and helping a city and a region and community. I'm just saying, remember that. Remember the good times, remember the bad times. Want to have money. Next best quote. It's similar to Chargers. Very similar. Very similar. I did some videos on the Chargers stuff. I'm not very deep, but I've done videos on the Chargers situation, and I said my piece. They should have stayed in San Diego, but they wanted to exploit taxpayers, and that is the problem. And look, the Intuit Dome, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Even if the A's get a ballpark in Vegas finally, it'll probably be awesome. That doesn't mean we just take it. We just accept that we're being exploited and taken for a ride so these rich people can have their toys. Like, look, I'm trying to practice what I preach here, right? The Giants, we have one of the best ballparks in baseball. They put together a really fun team this year that I hope stops, giving up too many runs in one inning. We signed some fun players, some exciting players. But I'm not just going to forget that they hired Aramark now, that they got rid of Rennell for faulty reasons. I'm not going to forget that. Going to Vegas next week. Wish me luck. How do you feel about the Warriors moving to SF? Does that annoy you too? Is it okay since they're still in the same metro area? It annoyed me slightly. The difference is, again, it's the same region, and they were in San Francisco first. There's history in San Francisco. It wasn't a complete departure from who they were. I still felt terrible for Oakland fans, though, and I always will. And I will always miss Oracle Arena because I love that place. And I love the history. I loved the memories that I made there and that the Warriors had there. So yeah, no, I wasn't just 100% like on board. Like, yes, let's do it. But it wasn't. It was not the worst thing in the world. But again, I definitely see that it's self-serving. That moving across the bay was self-serving for Lacob. And Lacob, I think, is one of the best owners out there. But I still don't trust him. The owners get their money. Yeah, exactly. San Diego Superchargers. Reggie Jackson probably would have moved them too. Yeah, Reggie's had some questionable morals. I'm saying Vegas getting 3 new arenas, NBA, MLS. I thought Vegas wasn't getting MLS. I moved here when the only sports was boxing at Caesars. I know. And again, I've talked about this before, but I hate the fact that gambling is so like normalized now. I'm not into that. Not into that. Not into that at all. But what can we do? I don't know. Maybe more collective ownership is what we need, or maybe just look. The owners again are self-serving, so they're never gonna do stuff like this. But they should have a round table of like real fans and people from the communities and things like that. But they don't. So that shows, like I said, even the best owners are self-serving. They do what they want. These are toys to them. They do what they want. Now, very often, though, what they want benefits us as fans, and it's great. We love it. But that doesn't mean it wasn't self-serving. You know what I mean? And Vegas has a strong economy and city growth. No, I like Vegas. I really like Vegas. My grandmother was born in Vegas. I just don't like that gambling is so normalized. I think it's hurt sports immensely already in just a few years. Are you saying John Fisher does not care about the athletics? I am saying that. He does not care about the athletics or the fan base at all. Another thing, there's these people that just accept it. I'm supposed to just accept it because they say so. Exactly. It's like the person saying, I don't go to the games for the PA announcer. Like, all right, dude. That's business. That's business. And watch when the bulldozer comes to their home. Is that just business? I'm not going to forget what they did to Rennell or JD or Craw or Solano. Yeah. Again, I love the team. I love the fans. Don't care about the ownership. Wrong for the A's saved the Giants from going to Florida in 92 and giving them 100% to San Jose free. Built back rather than giving back San Jose. I touched on this a little bit earlier. It's more complex than that. And it is my point. Don't trust any of these ownership groups. I don't trust any of the owners. But I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry. I keep going back and forth. But Vivek will stab you in the back, Sacramento. If he needs to, he will. Okay? They just want toys. That's why John Fisher has the Earthquakes and he doesn't even care about them. Why do the Roots and Bay FC have way more hype than the Earthquakes? Bay FC is fun, by the way. I'm going to get one of their jerseys. I already got my Roots jersey. I got to go to a Roots game, by the way. Got to go. As a partial owner. Oh, shoot. I didn't even think about that. I'm a partial owner of a sports team. Did I just do an hour and a half rant about myself? It's a collective ownership, though, right? It's a little different. And I didn't pay in very much. I'm broke. Chargers A's both screwed the city over. 100%. A bad team causing low attendance led to the team playing in a tiny stadium before arriving in their new city with less fans. Speaking of San Diego, a little happier news on the sports front. They're getting an expansion MLS team, and they're going to play at Snapdragon Stadium, which was built in the parking lot of Jack Murphy Stadium, aka Qualcomm Stadium, aka this stadium. So, dang, how was it situated? So I think, all right, where this is, the new stadium's like right here. Okay, so you guys get a visual. But how cool is that? New MLS team in San Diego playing at Snapdragon Stadium in the shadow of the ghost of the Murph. But yeah, it was the same thing. The Spanos family, they wanted the San Diego taxpayers to basically pay for their stadium, and taxpayers voted no, which they should do, even though it hurt them, because then Spanos took the team to LA and nobody cares about the Chargers anymore. You know, if the A's, Gamer Athletics, this is big, guys, says, the A's leave Oakland, I'm done supporting them, not following them to Sacramento. I will always support someone taking a stand. So, whatever works for you, man, I think it's the right move. And look, if we can all be so strong, it's hard, right? It's hard. I love sports. It's hard. It's hard to not watch. It's hard to not go to games. It's hard to not buy merch. It's hard, man, because we love it. And that's the problem. We're being exploited because we love it, because it's something we love, because there's value there. There's value in these fan bases, and they just play games with us. You know? Was the Bulldogs of the House a dig with the Dodgers and the people displaced? Thanks for bringing that up. Yes, the Dodgers Stadium was built because they displaced a whole bunch of Latino families from I think it was actually like multiple neighborhoods to build Dodger Stadium. They were displaced. So please remember that the Los Angeles Dodgers helped displace a bunch of poor Latino families to build Dodger Stadium. Everyone remember that. Mason said Vivek and Fisher are friends. Yeah, they're friends, and that's why they were able to do this. You want to go on Tuesday to the game? Jenny, I'm actually going on Tuesday. I'll hit you up. A buddy of mine has a ticket already, so I'm going to be there. Say owner, we mean majority owners. Yeah, you're partial owner. You would literally stab us in the back if it benefited you. Ah, you got me. You got me. I'm trying to reel you guys in so I can stab you in the back. Don't move the roots. Nah, dude, we're taking the roots to Vegas. San Diego SC killed a beloved community-driven USL team. Did they? Oh, dude, I didn't know about that. Ah, there's blood on everyone's hands. Ah, I gotta look that up, man. I'm gonna look that up. That sucks. Man, partial owner, can we see variety ads at Roots games? That'd be cool. I want to do that. Why did SC need to build a new stadium? I mean, look, the Murph, Qualcomm, it was very, very old. It really was. There was not a lot of amenities. Again, well, you could ask that, why does any team need a new stadium? They really don't. But I understand that they wanted a new stadium. But you want the taxpayers to pay for it? And you're a billionaire? Hit the road, buddy. Hey, grab your stuff. Grab your stuff. Hey, nope, pack. Nope. Hey, no, don't leave the empty can there. Nope, take your trash. All right. Yeah, nope, grab that. Yep. All right. Doors over there. Hit the road. Okay? Get out of here. You're not welcome here anymore. My biggest fear is the Niners change uniforms or logo. Yeah, I hope not. I'm late. I didn't watch WrestleMania, but Gabe did. I saw some clips of The Rock last night and all that. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. 100%. That was the original name that I was going to name my hype video. That would have been a cool name. San Diego Loyal was the USL team. Thank you. I'm going to look that up. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. San Diego State football build that stadium. Snapdragon. Yeah, they play there, so that would be cool. I don't like. You can ask. I don't like any of the owners. I think he's done some cool things. I think he cares about being successful. I still think if you can't get to that level of wealth without being self-serving and without being willing to step on people. I just don't think it's possible. And again, I don't think it's possible for any one person to build enough value to be worth that much. Although you could make the argument that some athletes, because they have gifts that only, very few people have, like a tiny percentage of the world population that's ever lived have. Do they build enough value? Maybe. But at like a company? No. All right, teams don't really need new stadiums. 41, 5 Super Bowls in a baseball stadium. True. Shaq Khan wants to move Jags to London. Yeah, this is... Look. He's built a really fun culture in Jacksonville. But he will stab Jacksonville right in the back if there's a better situation that will benefit him more. That he's able to get done also, right? Because there's always hurdles to these moves. You can't just willy-nilly move. But look, all the owners voted for A's relocation. That none of them care about the history of the game. None of them care about the fan bases. They care about the fan bases as much as the fan bases benefit them. If that makes sense. For example, if John Fisher had any integrity, he would apologize in some way. He would walk some things back. He would eat crow. But he won't. Instead, he'll go play in a minor league ballpark for 3 years and try to find funding for a stadium that he can't fund. I love that the Mets are trash now. Are they having a bad start? I saw Lindor got his first home run. He's playing really bad to start the season. All owners need a Mark Davis haircut. Yeah, so we can point him out. There he is. Only reason these teams need a stadium is because corporations say so. So you can get it for free, then keep moving or threaten to move. Look, man. The Jags, I don't think the Jags should be a team, personally. I said in my Qualcomm, I did a video at Qualcomm Stadium years ago before they tore it down. I said, I think the Chargers should stay in San Diego, Raiders should stay in Oakland, and they should move the Jaguars to LA. Rebrand them, have a brand new LA team. Because the Raiders were already gone. They were Oakland's first. The St. Louis Rams had already won a championship. To me, that kind of plants roots. Leave them there. Greatest show on turf. They already have history. Move the Jags. They have the least amount of history. Start fresh. So, that's how I feel about the Jags anyways. But again, the whole Duval thing, they've built actually a pretty impressive culture in Jacksonville. Pretty impressive. With very little success to show for it. And they're still a pretty passionate, pretty good fan base. So, Shad Khan gets some credit for that. But if I was Jacksonville, I would not trust them. Look, these owners will take any team that you throw at them. That's why you see owners they own this team, but they used to own that team in a totally different part of the world. What? Huh? To me, in a perfect world, the A's should be owned by people from Oakland. You know what I mean? People that grew up A's fans should somehow, earn or inherit the team. Giants fans should own the Giants. 49er fans should own the 49ers. And then you actually care. You actually care about the people that matter. You actually care about the fan base. And you could still care about the experience. You could still care about the stadium and all that, right? Now, I don't know, though. I don't know if collective ownership is the answer. A lot of soccer teams do it. I don't know. But at least some sort of committee of people that actually care. As if I was MLB, if I was the commish, and or just not even the commish because he doesn't have like total power, but like if I just had all the power to like change baseball or some sports league, I would make every team would have to get a committee that would be voted in by the fans, and like, you know, you have to have like at least one concession worker from your stadium on the committee. You have to have like one season ticket holder for 10 plus years. You have to, you know what I mean? Like have a committee, and I would make every team would have to have that, and they would have to vote on all the changes. I'm going to miss Eric Armstead as well. I'm going to go to a game in Sacramento. But that's because I feel like I like to document things. I took this picture of the ballpark in Sacramento a few years ago. This is when it was called Rayleigh Field. It's now Sutter Health Park. It has like a tilt shift effect, but you can see, Tower Bridge is right behind it. Sacramento's right behind it. If it wasn't blurry, you could probably see part of the Golden One Center. The Ziggurat is right there. But look at that. It's a tiny little stadium. I love this ballpark, though. I love this ballpark. For a minor league ballpark, it's top tier. There's a vineyard out in right field. Cool, like great food. Cool views with the Tower Bridge and the skyline right behind it. Love this ballpark, but it's ridiculous that they're going to, play there. Took this one at night, later that night. You can see the Steamboat Hotel. Was it the Delta Queen right there? You can barely see it. I love this ballpark, but is this better than the Oakland Coliseum? Or is it just better for John Fisher's feelings? But I'm telling you, Sacramento, be careful. I think it's actually very likely. I think it's very likely that the A's end up staying in Sacramento. I think that's a huge possibility. Especially if Vivek pays over market price. I don't know. For the Raiders, want to know something messed up? Al Davis is buried in Oakland, and his son moved his dad's team away, and he moved away. Al even said, leaving Oakland was my biggest mistake. Yeah, he said that, but he was down to move the team again, too. Look, Al Davis was just as self-serving, man. He did care about success, and he did a lot of awesome things for the league. But let's not forget that he was also self-serving. Rockies owners are the second worst. Can't believe they got rid of Story and Arenado for nothing. I don't know why the Rockies can. I mean, I guess it starts with the owners, but the Rockies just can't get it together, man. Even as a division rival, I would like to see the Rockies have some success finally. Like, more than just a couple like tepid little playoff runs. I would actually like them to be a formidable team for a while. I enjoyed seeing the Diamondbacks with their success last year. Even as a division rival, it's like, I don't want to just see the Dodgers and Yankees in every World Series. Even though the Yankees haven't been able to get things together in a while, but you know what I mean. I just don't want the top tier teams, as they call them, to be there every year. I like to mix it up. Moved closer to Candlestick a year ago. Sadly, I won't be able to hear and see games from my place. Yeah, man, that would be cool, huh? What do you mean when you say moving the Niners to Sacramento? Santa Clara exploits taxpayers because they got a lot of financial benefits from Santa Clara that San Francisco wasn't willing to give them. I don't want to talk out of turn, so I don't know specifics. But Santa Clara was basically like, yeah, we'll give you all this money. And San Francisco said, no, you guys are already plenty rich. You guys are billionaires. You can easily fund a new stadium yourself. You can find investors if needed. Just like Oakland said to the A's, we will help you with infrastructure. We will help you with things that impact the city, we want you to stay, but we're not going to give you a blank check. And Santa Clara was basically like, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. So again, you can't trust any of these ownership groups. And it was the same thing in San Diego. Spanos wanted San Diego taxpayers to pay for the stadium, and they voted no. It was actually on the ballot. They voted no, and so he moved the team to LA. This has happened many times throughout sports. What's his name? Dang it, I can't remember his name. The guy who used to be on the Daily Show, and he does all these he exposes things. John, what the heck's his name? John Oliver. God, why can't John Oliver did a great segment on these stadium deals and what a scam they are for the taxpayers. So I highly urge you to look that up. This is the thing. A lot of the people, like the people I was talking about earlier, that leave comments saying, it's business, oh, you don't expect the owners to try to blah, blah, blah. Like, they regurgitate this corporate propaganda. And that's, the A's fans are going through it right now. Well, fans didn't show up. People are still saying that. People are commenting that on my stuff. I'm not an A's fan. I showed up. But the fans will show up. The fans have shown up. But if they feel like they're being taken for a ride, they're not going to show up. If you're doing everything you can to make being a fan uncomfortable, the fans are not going to show up. If you take anything I say from this live stream, just know that is not the fans' fault that they didn't show up. It is not true. And then I've seen people post like, they'll be like, oh, they had low attendance for 30 years, or they had low attendance then. They had low attendance. The A's have had a string of bad ownership. It's not just John Fisher. Please just learn the ins and outs before you regurgitate the corporate propaganda. That's all. Please. I'm begging you. And just remember that these billionaires are self-serving. They're not out there for you. If Vivek was diehard Kings, he will do anything for the Kings and the Kings fan base. He wouldn't have been a partial Warriors owner before that. You know what I mean? Or maybe he would have. But I'm just saying that's a sign. It's a red flag. It's a red flag. It's a red flag when John Fisher, just bought whatever team he could get. I don't know. Nah, hey, I'm just a guy yapping away on a live stream. Summerlin Vegas ballpark is bigger than that. That's crazy. Packers fans do own the Packers. Yeah, so there's collective ownership out there. So is that the fix? Or at least a step in the right direction? Perhaps. Don't fool yourself. Al would have supported the Vegas move all the way. Yeah, I agree with that. I think so too. Only reason he said he regretted leaving Oakland was to ingratiate himself in that community again. And please, go watch my Arco Park video. Okay? Please. Speaking of, I did do this video. Okay? I did this video at the ballpark that the A's are going to be in. This is when it was Rayleigh Field. I did a Sacramento River Cats video. Okay? I did that. Let's see. And now it won't load. The River Cats actually they reached out to me after this video and they invited me back, but then the pandemic hit and I wasn't able to go back because they didn't have a minor league season that year. And then just a lot of time went by and I never reached out again. Shout out my buddy C's who went with me. So this is the ballpark the A's are gonna be in. But also what I was gonna say is check out, if you haven't or you don't know the history, you can check out my video about Arco Park. We talked about it earlier. This is the abandoned ballpark in Sacramento. Okay, it's an abandoned ballpark that they started to build next to Arco Arena. And in that video, I tell the story of how Al Davis kind of used this site as leverage in his negotiations with Oakland and with LA. So no, Al Davis was not above, jerking people around. I guess when I'm live streaming, I can't load anything, but that's Arco Park right there. This is one of my favorite videos. I'm really proud of this video. If you don't know the history of this, please check it out. I'm the only YouTuber to explore Arco Park like that. All right. Is Las Vegas handing the A's a blank check? Close to it, yeah. But that's why there's opposition. There's the Schools Over Stadiums initiative. But yeah, Vegas is giving them a lot of kickbacks. Pretty soon 49ers will move back to San Francisco in the next 10 to 15 years. So yeah, I do want the 49ers to move back to San Francisco, but then part of me is like, but I own the seats in Levi's, so maybe stick it out for a little while so I can enjoy more. Because obviously, if we moved to a new stadium, I would never be able to afford season tickets. But yeah, yeah. Go Seahawks, this guy says. Hey, how'd you get here? Go Mariners, he says. Go Kraken, he says. Go Supersonics. Oh, shoot. Darn it. I'm just kidding. I love the Sonics. I love the Mariners, too, actually. I've always liked the Mariners. Someone tell John Fisher, if you build it, they will come. Bad day at work. Glad to finally chill. What's up, dude? Glad you get to chill. Love your Candlestick Park video. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Even as a Seahawks fan, huh? One of my last games I saw at Candlestick was a Thursday night battle against the Seahawks before the farewell Candlestick game. It was a year before, actually. Yeah. Fisher is an awful egotistical person. Vivek is stupid. They're bad in their own unique ways. I'm telling you, these billionaires are not as smart and special as they try to act. You're not special, you're lucky. You're lucky and you're privileged. I'd be a billionaire too if my family owned emerald mines in Africa or whatever. What up, Cyrus? Welcome to the show. Anyone popping in now, you missed me. You missed me ranting pretty heavy. But yeah, man, all my love to the A's and the A's fan base in Oakland. I love this hat, so I'll be rocking this hat more. Don't get it twisted. Still a Giants fan. I do love Oakland. I love Oakland sports, and the Oakland fan base is one of the best, man. And they've been taken for a ride with multiple teams. And I'm telling you, don't believe this corporate propaganda. These people are trying to maximize their investments with no care or concern to the people that it hurts. So yeah, I'll be repping a little bit for Oakland this year. As I mentioned earlier, I will be at the last game in Oakland. I'll be there. Gamer Athletics will be there, I believe. So I was at the last Raiders game in Oakland, and I love that video. I'm proud of that video. And so it's crazy that I'll have to do it again, kind of. And man, am I going to miss the Coliseum. I don't know what's going to happen after this to that whole complex, but I'm going to miss it. And I know all these A's fans, that have grown up there. It's a bad time. It's a bad time, Man, that was almost 2 hours of baseball billionaire talk. The only MLB game I've been to, Mariners versus Giants at Safeco Field in 05. That's sick. Dude, I want to go there so bad. I've never been there. Went to the A's game on Tuesday. I saw that, man. That's cool. A situation gets me sad. Why can't they just stay in Oakland? It's messed up, man. It's messed up. Um, yeah, just to shamelessly promote, since I'm talking about all this capitalistic stuff, let me just be a capitalist for a second. If you like prints of cool stuff like this, check out our Etsy shop. It is linked in the description, and you can help me not be so frustrated with life, which was going to be my last topic. I had a rough week just with frustration, just feeling stir crazy, feeling like I hate not being able to do things. And it kind of ties in because so many of us are probably feeling this. I see it on social media a lot. Like, everyone, it seems like so many people are struggling. And I want to do things. Like, the A's new ballpark is going to be built at the site, supposedly, if it happens, on the site of the old Tropicana Hotel, which is one of the oldest hotels left on the Strip. It embodied an era of Vegas that's almost entirely gone at this point. And I was getting so much FOMO. I was like literally wanted to fly out to Vegas real quick and do a quick video on the Tropicana before it's gone. But it's like I can't, because it's just like life is so hard. It's so hard to just like, I just want to travel, And there's so many YouTubers that are doing it, like they pump out videos and they're able to do it as a career, so they can just be on the road constantly and stuff. And man, I envy that. So like the way I do content, it's like, it's not super feasible. I can't pump out videos the way I want because, I edit so much, and it's not just a simple vlog, you know what I mean? So it takes me a while, and it's like, man, like, how do you guys, I want to ask you guys, like, how do you deal with that frustration of just feeling burnt out, feeling stuck? Because I want to pump out videos. I got a bunch of videos ready to come out. They're going to drop shortly. I got a whole run of some history stuff coming out. But that's all I want to do. And it's like, I'm stuck, So I had a really hard week, emotionally, I'll say, right? Because of that. And like I was saying earlier, I want to do things for people. I want to help people. And like, knowing that there's innocent people being bombed and just being entirely helpless. That sucks, man. And I just want to live, like, experience things. I want to travel. I want to like meet people. I want to go to some random, village in some country I've never been to. It's like, man, these rich billionaires just keep trying to squeeze it all out of us. That's another thing, just real quick, that $20 minimum wage hike that just got implemented in California, and all the people were like, oh, now fast food's raising their prices. How dumb is this? Blah, blah, blah. No, they can afford $40 minimum wage, these fast food conglomerates. And for them to raise the prices is passing it on to the consumer. Now we're subsidizing it when it should be them paying. Because I promise you, this $20 minimum wage fast food worker hike, none of those fast food executives are going to be missing their bonuses, missing their salaries. They're still going to get all that. But anyways, all that stuff is making it hard. And like, man, I just want to travel, man. I want to travel. I want to do cool stuff and like film it and find ways to like tell stories that help. Because I'm too dumb to do anything else to help people. What else can I do? Feel stuck, man. Feel stuck. I want to do things. Still watching Moneyball, so they're moving to Vegas. I don't know if that was a joke, but even if that wasn't a joke, for some reason that's super funny. They're moving to Sacramento. I don't know if that is a joke. You're a partial owner, so it makes sense that you promote yourself. That's true. That's true. Why does Tyro suck now? Hey, he got the walk-off hit. It's still early in the season. Some of the best players in the league playing terrible. Yeah, I know they closed Tropicana. I was bummed. Like, man, I wish I just had the freedom to just be able to go and just film it. And it's like I'm taking my niece on, hopefully, what will be this magical trip to Disneyland. Like, I'm going all out for her, and I'm so excited. But like, that's it. That's all my money. You know what I mean? Wish I could go to all the historical places and sports venues. Yeah, man, it's hard to like not knowing that these places are there and I can't go to it. Otherwise, I'll be homeless. You know what I mean? It sucks. And then, are you going to the last game in Oakland this year? Yeah, I'll be there. I already got the tickets, courtesy of my favorite YouTuber. For the food quality will still suck. Yeah. At least you have a job. No, I know. Look, it could be worse. It could be way worse. Way worse. Trust me, I do not think that I have it worse than anyone. I'm just saying it's frustrating. Like I said, frustrations and stir crazy. So I said up there. You know, not woe is me, just it's frustrating because I want to do things. And not, like I said, not just self-serving things. I want to like find ways to help people. Like, man, I wish I had it in me to be like a politician or something, or I don't know. I just don't have that in me because you have to like play both sides, you know? And I don't want to do that. But yeah, man. It sucks. It sucks when you like see people struggling and you can't help. It's super frustrating. And it's because I can't help because I'm not too far from that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel I'm being squeezed. Other people being squeezed harder than me. And like, it is crazy because I get paid pretty well. I get paid pretty well. So I don't know how people are doing it, man. And I feel so burnt out. I mean, that's, you know, I like the idea. Maybe it doesn't even matter, but I like the idea of me going to do videos at somewhere cool, and someone who also feels stuck like me can at least, you know, experience it in some way or have a record of it, right? Like the last Raiders game in Oakland. Any Raiders fan who didn't go, they have that record. I trash talk a little bit, but we're having fun, right? We're all having fun here. And I'm going to do the same thing in the last game in Oakland for the A's. So yeah, it's just silly videos at a ball game, right? But like, I don't know. It matters to me. I just feel super frustrated, like not being able to do more. And, you know, I've been giving away 49er tickets for the last 2-3 seasons or whatever. I wish I could do that for like every sport. I wish I could give away like Warriors tickets all the time and Giants tickets to like people who otherwise couldn't go. You know, like I just want to live life and do things and help people and experience things. And like, I'm so handcuffed. All my money goes to this channel because I love it. And I'm just handcuffed, you know? Do what you can when you can. Your audience will follow. Things take a while to grow. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, you know, it is what it is with that. I don't know. You're right, but at the same time, I don't think I'm built for like YouTube success. I really don't. The way I do my content and stuff, I don't think is catered to that, and that's fine. I've learned to live with it. I think I have other projects I want to do that I think could have more success and are more digestible for people. But like, you know, it is what it is. And dude, I've been doing this for over 7 years, like 8 years or something crazy. I've been doing YouTube videos. So I think if this channel was to blow up, it would have blown up by now, right? I don't know, maybe not. Tyro's getting unlucky. He has hit some hard balls this weekend, just happened to be hit at people. I feel like that about every Giants game I've watched. Baseball sport that you can do everything right and still not do well on paper. I feel like the Giants have had such good contact and we just hit it right to the fielder. What do you want minimum wage to be? I mean, I think every job should have a livable wage. Every job. I think every job should have respect and dignity. I don't think the minimum wage is all we need to fix it, though. I don't want to get too deep into it, but minimum wage is just one tiny aspect of what I think would help our society. I think we need a new deal, and I think the billionaires need to not soak up all the money and value, because they're not the ones that really bring the value. You know what I mean? But yeah, and it's a complex thing. Off the live stream, I would rant and rave and all that, but I've done enough of that. Just booked my flight to Seattle for the final series of the season. It's wild, dude. Also, that's another thing that's crazy is the A's are not even going to have Sacramento on the jerseys or anything. It's weird. Have you ever contemplated moving to somewhere else? SF is expensive. A's are going to play at Arco Park in his current state and stay in Sacramento if he's very Fisher-esque. That'd be funny. Contemplated moving, perhaps, but my happiness is here and my family is here. A lot of my family. My mom is here. You know, my grandmother's here. I've had a couple disabled family members that are here that I want to be available to if they need help. So it's hard, you know, it's hard to move away from that and not be able to help the people I care about. I live like 15 minutes from my mom and my little brother, the boy himself, Jet. So it'd be hard. It'd be hard to move away from that. But I feel like almost everywhere is expensive when you consider wages, cost of living. It's like, it's kind of all the same, you know? Thank you, Jenny. Let's make a GoFundMe so Dylan can buy the Oakland Athletics. Dude, I would be a terrible owner. After all that trash I just talked, I am not saying I would be a good owner. I would be awful. You know, like, here's the thing that's funny about that, though. Like, I am so sentimental. I would never want to get rid of players. Even if it was time to move on, I would never want to. I'm way too sentimental. I'm way too sentimental for something like that. I mean, and it's kind of like what I said, though. I don't even want to own the A's. Like, if someone was literally like, you can own a team. Like, I want to own the Giants if I own a team. Like, I want to feel personally invested, emotionally, spiritually, not just monetarily. You know what I mean? Could still blow up? Maybe. I don't know. GTA Collect Pop-Up was how I found you. Really? That was a fun video. Living wage, not a minimum wage. Yeah, that's what I think. But again, I don't think that's the only thing we need to fix, you know? That's the problem is, like, for a lot of things in society, I feel like we try to fix it with, like, we'll do one thing and then it fails because you can't. It's like, I don't know. It's like if you had a bad football team and you just, like, overspent on a wide receiver and then the team still sucks. Like, you need more than that, you know what I mean? Like, I think maybe with a minimum wage, this might be crazy, but a maximum wage. I don't know how that would work, though. That might not work, but something, you know, throwing ideas out there. They go to Las Vegas. How are they going to put Las Vegas on their jersey when the last time I bar filed for? Dude, I forgot to talk about that. I was going to talk about that. That just shows the incompetence. Like I said, these billionaires are not the smartest and best of us. They're the luckiest. All right. Last Dive Bar, our friends over there, right, filed for the Las Vegas A's trademark before the A's did. That just shows how incompetent John Fisher and his cronies are. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know? I don't know, man. Also, back to the SF is expensive thing. I don't live in SF. I live in the South Bay, so it's a little different. Plus, I actually have a pandemic deal on the place I live, so I'm locked into a much better rent than most people have. So that's another thing I don't want to leave. I really like my place too, to be honest. And I got this little, video studio. I can edit and stuff, and so that's cool. Speaking of what, I got a history video I'm trying to drop like next week. I got 2 sports history videos that I'm still editing right now. I got some cool stuff still out there, man. And that's kind of the last thing I was going to say on this list too, is have adventures. Like, to me, that is what, when I'm having those frustrating weeks, when I'm having those, I think allergies just hit me. Also, my eyes like going crazy. When I'm having those frustrating weeks like I've had, where I'm, feeling down, feeling out of it, feeling burnt out, feeling stressed, you got to remember to have adventures. My uncle told me this. He actually told my little brother this, and I was there. And there's a project I want to do with him based on this, but like, I think if you feel stuck, make your own adventures, man. Like, go to the local parks, look at the plaques, read the plaques, learn the history, like, appreciate that stuff. Like, a lot of times you'll drive by a lot or a landmark and it's just a landmark, whatever. But if you really just kind of think about it, kind of time travel a little bit in your mind, be like, wow, that happened here. Like, that's the way I do it. And it's kind of the whole thing with my channel. It's like, have adventures, like, learn, like, make your own adventures if you need to. And there's history everywhere. There's experiences everywhere. There's a lot of things I've learned over the years. I was a very closed off, bitter person, and this channel has helped me grow. It helped me be a better person, more social, more understanding, more empathetic. And I used to be very just in public. I wasn't friendly. I wouldn't say I was rude either. Like, I don't think I've ever been a rude person, but like, I probably had it in me. I've probably been rude before, but I wasn't just, out there shoulder checking people. That's not what I mean. But like, I wasn't friendly either. And then I realized, like, when I would travel, it was so much better to like open up to people and like be nice to people and be friendly to people. And there's people that I'll never forget that probably forgot me 10 minutes after our interaction. Me and my brother Cole, we went and filmed like 16 videos in Portland. It was our first big trip for this channel. So if you go back and look at the old Portland videos, it was our first trip for the channel. And we had a packed itinerary. We were filming like 3-4 videos a day. And so we were so busy one day, we just stopped at a Taco Bell because we were just starving. We're just like, let's just get some food real quick. Stopped at a Taco Bell in Portland. And it was just there's like all these people in there. It was like packed inside. The drive-thru was long, so we went inside. There's like this crazy guy like harassing some high schoolers. And so me and my brother are like, we're going to have to fight this guy? Like, what's going on? In the midst of all this chaos, there was this sweet little old lady. She was like in her 70s, I think. And we sparked up conversation. I told her this is our first time in Portland. Never been here before. And she, like, her eyes lit up. She's like, I'm born and raised in Portland. She told us all this stuff we got to see. And I don't know if she remembered that after that. But, like, I'll always remember it. You know what I mean? And So just getting out of like whatever's burning you out or stressing you out, like your day to day, even if you just take 10 minutes to like take a walk or something, man, having adventures is super important. You know, like just getting out of your comfort zone, maybe even. Like Gabe said, your comfort zone ends when your life begins of and go there. Why can I never remember your little catchphrase? I can never remember it. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone, or your light. You walk past the comfort zone, and there's your life, or live life. Comfort zones suck. I don't remember it, but it's something like that. You had an adventure yesterday at the Giants game. I'll be there Tuesday if anyone's there Tuesday. History's all around us. If you take time to look around, there's a lot to learn. Absolutely. Oh yeah, the 99-cent stores are going away. That's crazy. That's crazy. Better lawyers is very true. The A's will probably get the trademark, but still just hilarious. Been watching A's highlights from 2018, 2019 when the team was actually good. Fans came to games. Absolutely, man. The fan base is there. The fan base is there. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Thank you, Gabe. You need a catchphrase. I kind of have one. I have a lot of things I repeat in all my videos. Like, are we talking? Whatever. We talking bad owners here? Do all the cool things that cool kids do. That one's stupid, but I say it in every video. All mine are stupid, but they're stupid on purpose because it makes me laugh. You know what I mean? Would you do IRL streaming like Twitch or Kick? I don't know, man. I don't think I'm interesting enough. I really don't. I think the things I do, the places I go are the interesting part. I'm just dragging it along. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think I would be interesting enough for that. Plus, I'm a super homebody. I promise you guys, I have not walked outside once today. Is that crazy? I've not been outside once. I woke up, watched some baseball, watched the Warriors game. I made some eggs. I edited some stuff. I checked my analytics because like all this Sacramento stuff I filmed is like got a bump because of the news. So I was like looking at the analytics like, wow, that's interesting. What else did I do? I don't remember. But yeah, I'm a homebody, so IRL streaming would be hard because I'd have to like be out all the time, and I like to be home. I go out to film things. Like the only time I'm out will work. Like the only time I'm out for the most part is you guys will eventually see the video, which is crazy. I'm a hermit. Maybe that should be my catchphrase. Be something about being a hermit. Welcome to the Something or Other tour. Yeah, there's that. I was thinking about changing the intro somehow, but I don't know. I'm a homebody too. Not been outside once today either. Let's go, Jamie. Let's go. We love it. This is the thing too, is I live alone. I have my own space. I have my own apartment. I have my video studio here. Like, it's like my own little kingdom, And, as you get older, you lose friends, and friends move, and I don't really have that many friends, like, that I kick it with all the time anymore. Usually my friends are the type, like, we make plans and I'll see them, but, like, especially since the pandemic, man, I've been friendless. But I work too much, too. I work a lot, so, when I work, I'm, yeah. But, oh, by the way, I have to keep the braids because my niece voted for me to keep the braids for Disneyland. So I'm keeping the braids for a little while. Not that anyone cares. I'm super excited for Disneyland, by the way. We do love it. I live alone too. Love it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. You know, I've had relationships here and there. And look, I want to get married. I want to have kids. I would love that. But like, giving up my personal space, that would be very difficult at this point. I've been so used to having my own space, doing whatever I want. There's no negotiating what movie I'm putting on. Put on whatever movie I want. You know what I mean? If I want to leave my shoes in the middle of the living room, I can do that. That would be hard. It's something I'm willing to do, but man, that would be hard. Like, what do I have to like get married and then like pack up all my weird collectibles? I'm an introvert, so I'm always home. I'm very introverted, man. Very introverted. People don't think that because I do this channel, but I'm introverted. What about the Apple, Google, Facebook campuses for video? Oh, that's interesting you say that. I was going to do those. Yeah, Google just opened their new buildings. It's like right down the street from me. I've worked with Google as a Google contractor and vendor for almost 8 years in the last 10. Yeah, that's crazy. No, in the last 12. In the last 12 years, I've worked 8 years alongside Google or Google projects. So I used to be on Google campus every day as a contractor. And they built whole new buildings, so I wanted to go check those out. I think there is. What sucks is they used to have these Android statues for each release of Android. And I think they got rid of them or they moved them. I don't know. I have to go find them again. But there was a lot of cool stuff to see. But the thing is, I'm still kind of I'm still kind of a vendor. So like I have to watch what I post. But Apple, I think, has a visitor center too. So maybe I could do that. That'd be cool. Yeah. You'd be giving up your freedom. Yeah, man, it'd be hard, but personal space, man cave. Yeah, my whole place is a man cave. That's cool, Jenny. You get to, spread your wings, do whatever I want. I could take this LaCroix and throw it across the room if I want, and nobody can say anything about it. I won't, though, because I'm thirsty. But yeah, that makes it harder. Sometimes I think, like, I should move back in with my mom so I have more money to travel for the channel. I don't know, man. But look, I've been feeling the frustrations, and we've been having these storms in the Bay Area. But I think we're out of that. We're finally going to be into like legit spring. So it's time to film. It's time to film, baby. I got a lot of things to film. A lot of things I'm really excited about. To try to save money, I'm going to do a lot of local stuff. I did a Texas trip last year and I still got Texas stuff to post. I did the international trip and I only got one full video out of it because it stormed over there in Istanbul. And I was supposed to go to DC. I think I told you guys. I'm supposed to go to DC next month. I don't think I can do it because of the Disneyland trip, but I'm gonna film some stuff at Disneyland with my niece. I just don't know what yet. I'm trying to decide what I want to film. But we're gonna do some Disneyland stuff. But other than that, I'm gonna go hard with local history. San Francisco is packed with stuff. I found a lot of cool, like, interesting stories in San Francisco that aren't like super well known or super covered. I'm gonna go hard like with that. Like I said, I got the new drone I showed you guys. I want to like do another Alcatraz video. I'm gonna try to go hard with local stuff to try to save some money. and also get these awesome stories out there. And then hopefully, you know, I can make a trip somewhere at some point. I'm still trying to go to Alabama for the very special game at Rickwood Field, Giants Cardinals. I'll do anything to get to that game. They still haven't announced tickets, and I'm getting very stressed because I need to know what my budget's got to be for that. But look, I'm going to try to go hard. I don't know how much time I got left on Earth, so I got to tell as many stories as I can and figure that out. Not so much about leaving your shoes in the middle of the living room if you want. For me, it's more so that they'll still be there when I want them next and someone hasn't moved them. Great point. Guess we're both feeling creative sparks and spring is here. I just feel frustrated, man. I've been very, you know, I've had some like weird health issues I've been going to doctors about, so I don't know if it's partially that, but I've just felt so overwhelmed and frustrated and stir crazy, so I have to force myself to get out and do something I can be proud of. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for new Crenshaw, Compton, Inglewood videos. I need to do that, man. I don't know what I can. I'm gonna be with my niece for Disneyland, but we're gonna go to LA and explore LA for at least one of the days because we're gonna be there for a week. I don't know if I'm gonna film anything, but I'm definitely not gonna do stuff like that with my niece. But I might do some other LA stuff. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, I didn't even say too. I'm thinking about going to the Disneyland trip a day early before my niece gets there so I can go to an Angels game and do a video at Angels Stadium. If I have the money, I'm going to do that. If I'm able to do that, I'm going to do that. So if anyone's in Anaheim, and I have to go to San Diego right after the summer. So there's definitely going to be some trips with some videos. I just don't know what yet, but I need to get out. I need to do more. And again, I still got like a bunch of videos I'm editing, so I got a bunch of stuff to put out. I hope people like it. That's all I can say. Hope people like it. Got less than 12 hours until Rapture Eclipse. 12 hours until I'm raptured, until I'm pulled to the sky. What should I do? Oh, I was going to bring that up. Thank you for reminding me. Like, the eclipse was another one. Like, the Tropicana and then the eclipse. Because, like, I see all these people, like, traveling and booking all the hotels on the band, you know? And it's like, man, I don't want to go do that. I've seen an eclipse, but I've never gone to, like, the, I can't remember the term. What's the term, you know? The max, I was going to say maximal. The maximal eclipse band. I've never gone to. But I want to do stuff like that, and I'm just stuck. Just having to be on the hamster wheel, you know what I mean? Well, that's fine. It could be worse. It could be way worse, and that's kind of, I guess, part of my frustration too, is I can't help the people that have it worse than I want to. And I really hope people stop bombing innocent people, because that's weighed heavy on, I think, all of us. You know, innocent people being hurt over political or ideological reasons is just the worst. The worst. And it's such a helpless feeling knowing we can't do anything about it. You know? But anyways, sorry. I didn't mean to end on a sour note here. When you going to LA? Because I'll be in town in June. I'm going the end of May. So I'm actually leaving June 1st, I think. And then I have a question about a members channel. What does it include again? Right now, it's just a bunch of behind the scenes videos. You know, there's only a few members. Shout out Shot Simple. There's only a few members. So I don't know. I would like to do more. I don't know how to play that game yet. You know what I mean? And it's probably easier the more members I get to be able to do like more, I don't know, goodies, raffles. I don't know. What do you do? I'll do whatever. But right now there's a bunch of behind the scenes videos. Actually, thanks for reminding me. And Shot Simple, this applies to you. There's a bunch of behind the scenes videos that are on Patreon that I haven't uploaded to members only yet. I'm going to transfer those over so that they're on both. So there's like another 20 videos that I need to move from Patreon to members only. So yeah, members only has like 4 extra videos from Locke that I did. Again, these videos though, they're not like full episodes. They're a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of just jokes, a lot of bloopers, a lot of random stuff. And I do have some that are basically full videos that I can't put out publicly. I'm not allowed to for specific reasons. I'll put those out at some point too. So yeah, right now it's just extra videos. And I think YouTube gives you some sort of benefits for being a member of the channel, but I don't know what that is yet. Oh, I know what you can do is like give early access to videos. So maybe if I get more members, I'll do something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Josh Dobbs better than Darnold? I don't know. More dynamic. We'll see. I don't know. I thought Darnold would be all right in our offense, but he looked pretty bad, so I don't know. I don't know. Just want NFL football back. Yeah, I'm itching. I'm itching too. I'm still sad and upset about the Super Bowl, but it's getting to that point where it's shifting where I want revenge. You know what I mean? Like the sadness is turning into like long-standing anger. I'll see you guys at some Niner games. If anyone's at the Giants game on Tuesday, I will be there. I'll be at the last game in Oakland. I'll be at Disneyland at the end of May. Hopefully an Angels game that week. I'm going to try. I'm going to really try. So it'll be our first video at Angel Stadium eventually. If you guys know anything about Angel Stadium or anything specific you want to see with stuff like that, hit me up on Instagram or something. DM me, Does Patreon or the premium help you more? It doesn't matter. The thing is, members only on YouTube is like specific like payment, like tiers of how much you spend, and Patreon you can put whatever you want. So you could, like with Patreon, you could just do $1. It's like, it's cheaper, but not everything's on Patreon. I need to move everything so it's even. I just haven't done it yet because I'm busy. Just joining. How's it going so far? What's up, Connor? What was your overall opinion of Sacramento move for the A's? Oh man, Connor. Yeah, I promise I'm not saying this to be rude. It'll sound rude. I'm not trying to be rude, but I ranted for like 2 hours on it. So I'm about to end the stream. So you could, I would just start near the beginning. I'm sad. To boil it down, I'm sad. I feel really terrible for Oakland and the fans. And I issued a warning to Sacramento. Like which one helps the most? Trying to help the bad. I don't know the breakdowns, Ruben. I don't know like the percentages at all. I don't pay attention. Like I just went on a rant about billionaires, dude. I suck at finances. That's why I'm not a billionaire. So I don't know. Get the bucket of cookies at Angel Stadium. Okay, I will. Don't yell at me. Stop bullying me, Gabe. Good to see the Dubs playing well the last few games. Absolutely. Think we'll be watching them go deep in the playoffs? I hope so, because I predicted we would turn it on and we would figure it out. I still have some question marks, but we played well. We played well. I think the Warriors are talented enough that if they get hot at the right time, they can definitely do some damage. We'll see. There's a lot of tough teams, so I don't know. Hopefully, though, play-in will be fun. Hopefully, do we still have time to get out of the play-in and get in the playoffs? I think we might be a couple games behind. We ran out of time, maybe. I don't know. But we'll see. Find the big Mike Trout bobblehead. I will do that. Stop yelling at me. You'll rewatch? Thanks, man. Thank you. Beam team, light the greed. All right, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening to me rant and rave like a lunatic. You know, again, none of these owners are our friends. None of them care about us at the end of the day. Or they might care a little bit, but their personal well-being and interests will always win out. If I'm wrong, please give me an example of an owner that sacrificed anything for the good of the fan base. And I don't mean sacrifice like, oh, he paid $500 million for this player. I mean like he could have did something else and he decided not to, just to support the fan base. I don't know if that happening. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm forgetting something, but yeah. We can only make the play-in. Yeah, I thought that's what happened. We ran out of time. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Light the beam and sell the team. Hope to see you covering some Sharks. Dude, I wanted to go to a Sharks game. They're super cheap right now and empty. I need to think of some things to film for the Sharks because I've only done one Sharks video, I think, or two. I did a tour of SAP Center, but only 2 Sharks videos in 7 years. That's a shame. That's a crying shame. So I have to change that. I'm just not a super hockey guy, so like I don't want to sound stupid. I want to find a good story to tell. Like I want to, you know what I mean? Like I want to know what's going on. So I got to do my homework there. I appreciate you guys. You know, when my media company and really what means a lot to me is, you know, Vertlife. If you see everything says presented by Vertlife, I say Vertlife at the end of every video. That's my company, but it's also just what I live by. Like live life vertical. Like always try to improve, always try to do better. And that doesn't mean just with your finances. That means just as a person, as a human being. And I really believe that. So you guys are helping me with that, and it means the world to me. Shout out everybody. Mark Cuban it's a spectrum. He's closer to the side of like a better owner. I still don't trust him. But yeah, I would take Mark Cuban over probably 95% of other owners. I don't think he's the worst person. But again, you don't become a billionaire without stepping on some folks. And a lot of people probably helped him build broadcast.com or whatever that aren't billionaires. So that money got soaked up. You know what I mean? Anyways, whatever. WrestleMania was awesome. I'm glad. Jake, I'm sorry you caught me at the tail end. I'm signing off. Thank you guys for helping me figure out this little dream that I got going here. You know what I mean? One of JT Snow's gold gloves at Angel Stadium? That's cool. I gotta check that out. Once you go to Sharks game, it really makes a difference. I'm just saying that you're going to games in person. Yeah, I did. Years ago, I did a Sharks game video on the channel. But I need to do more. Cody finished his story. I need to get back into wrestling, man. Elon Musk is a dope guy. I'm not an Elon fan, man. I like the idea of people taking moonshots, though. I do like that. I don't think there's a billionaire I actually like, to be honest. Maybe that's just me. That's funny. All right. Anyway, I've ranted about the rich people enough. I appreciate all of you. Even if we have disagreements or anything like that, I'm willing to listen. I'm not right about everything. You know what I mean? Natalie, you missed everything. You missed a lot. Everyone have a good night. Be safe. Love your family. You know. And thy neighbor, as it were. Thank you. I like my hat too. You guys have a good one.